The Skoda Octavia has quietly become the smartest family car you can buy, and hardly anyone says it out loud. For 2026, Skoda has given its bestseller a careful update, and the proof of its quiet genius is sitting right here. This plain, sensible hatchback hides a 600-liter boot that is bigger than most estate cars, and it dwarfs the Volkswagen Golf it shares its bones with. So one old question hangs in the air. Why would you pay more for less? If you want the honest verdict before you spend a penny, subscribe now. Stay with me, because the deeper you look at this car, the harder that question gets to answer. Start with how it holds itself. The updated Octavia does not shout for attention. Up front sits a wider upright grille, flanked by slim LED headlights that now dip themselves around oncoming traffic. The winged Skoda badge stands proud on a smooth, clean nose. In deep gloss black, the surfacing looks grown up and unfussed, while rivals pile on creases and fake vents. Down the flank, the roofline drifts into a long liftback tail, so it wears the shape of a saloon but opens like a hatch. At the rear, the old logo is gone. In its place, the name Skoda is spelled out in bold letters across the tailgate, above a set of sharp, narrow lights. It looks handsome in the way you soon stop noticing, and that restraint is the whole point. Open the door, and the calm carries straight inside. The dashboard sits clean and low, a warm beige top laid over a darker base, so the cabin feels airy rather than grim. In the center stands the headline change, a 13-inch screen that floats free of the dash, sharp to read and quick to answer. Skoda has added smarter voice control too, so some of those menus can be spoken to instead of jabbed at. Ahead of the wheel sits a crisp digital dial pack, and the two-spoke steering wheel now wears the Skoda name in plain script. The layout puts function ahead of theater. Material quality climbs as you move up the trims, with soft touches where your elbows land and the harder plastics kept low and out of the way. The car in front of me rides on gray check cloth, with 3 pedals and a proper manual gearbox. That detail matters. It tells you the Octavia still serves the driver on a budget, not only the company fleet. And in the back, there's limousine room for knees, the kind of space that keeps a long trip with children civil. Which brings us to the boot, and the moment the whole argument lands. Lift the tailgate, and the load bay opens up deep, square, and free of silly lips or intrusions. Drop the rear seats, and it swallows over 1,500 liters. There are simply clever touches scattered about: an umbrella tucked in the door, an ice scraper in the fuel flap, little hooks that cost nothing and save your shopping. It will take a pram and a full holiday's luggage without a fight. Want even more? The estate stretches all of that past 640. Fold that estate flat, and it opens up a van like 1,700 liters. If a car this quietly useful is exactly what you want from one, keep watching. What it takes to buy and run is about to make the case even harder to argue against. So here is the number. All of that space, all of that sense, opens from around £28,000. For this much car, that reads less like a showroom figure and more like a mistake in your favor. It is the total the rest of the class hopes you never notice. Under the skin, the engine range chases real-world sense over headline drama. The one most people will choose is a turbocharged 1.5-liter petrol, offered with either 115 or 150 horsepower. On paper, it claims around 50 miles to the gallon. In real driving, owners report the mid-40s, which is still easy money. Want to spend less at the pump? A mild hybrid version adds a small electric assist and nudges economy higher on a gentle run. And for those who still cover serious miles, a 2-liter diesel will crack 60. None of it is thrilling, and Skoda knows it. But reviewers who have driven the car keep reaching for one word: composed. A long-legged calm that turns a motorway slog into background noise. On a family car, that beats a fast lap every time. Now the part the glossy reviews skip. What is it actually like to live with? On the whole, reassuring. Skoda still leans on tough, shared Volkswagen Group parts, and every car comes with a 3-year, 60,000-mile warranty you can extend. Running one is refreshingly dull in the best sense. Insurance sits in sensible groups, servicing is cheap for the class, and the frugal petrols keep the fuel bills honest. Resale stays strong too, because the trade quietly knows what an Octavia is worth. But it is only fair to warn the buyer. The newest model is not quite the bulletproof machine the older ones were. Survey feedback points to the odd software glitch, a screen that can freeze or reboot, and a twin-clutch automatic that can dither at crawling speeds. None of it is dramatic. All of it is a reason to take a long test drive and pick a good dealer. So how does it stand against the cars people actually cross-shop? Take that Golf again. It rides on the same platform, yet gives you a boot of just 381 liters, asks a little more money, and hands back over 400 millimeters of length. Same bones, less car. Then there is the Toyota Corolla, the efficiency champion, whose hybrid sips close to 64 to the gallon. Clever, but its boot shrinks to 361 liters, and it opens dearer than the Skoda. You are trading a whole suitcase of space for a few extra miles per tank. The Ford Focus and Vauxhall Astra fight nearby, yet neither pairs this room with this price. If you are sold, which one? The value hero is the entry SE Technology Petrol. Even that cheapest car arrives with a big screen, alloy wheels, and adaptive cruise, so nothing about it feels stripped out. Step up to SEL for the plusher cabin most buyers settle on. Sportline adds the sharper suit, and the Hot VRS sits above for anyone who wants a real turn of pace. Manual or automatic, hatch or estate, there is a version pitched at almost any family budget. This is a car for high milers, for downsizers, and for anyone chasing the most metal and sense their money can hold. Of course, it is not flawless. Chasing a cleaner, more modern cabin, Skoda buried the climate and volume controls inside that big screen, with a fiddly touch strip beneath it. On the move, nudging the temperature can mean a poke through a menu, when an old-fashioned dial would have done the job blind. It is the tax you pay for the fresh look. Your hands learn the shortcuts within a week, and it stays the only real fault in the whole car. So do not write the Octavia off as the dull, sensible choice. It is quietly the clever one. So here is the final ranking. On boot, on rear space, and on the sum you hand over, this 600-liter Skoda outthinks its rivals. That lands it at 7.5 on the AUTO TV score. The one to buy is the SE Technology 1.5 Petrol, from around £28,000. Skip it if you need a car to make a statement, because this one never will. Cross-shop the Golf if the badge matters more than the boot, or the Corolla if economy is your only religion. The badge will never turn heads. The maths always will. And if you're weighing this against its posher cousin, our full Volkswagen Golf review is waiting for you right here.